Good morning everybody, welcome to Carnation Crafts TV. I'm Laura, we've got Bunny next door. I hope you've all had a lovely weekend. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. We have a brand new launch for you today. This is the Occasional Sentiment Frames. So useful, use these with absolutely every one of your collections that you have at home already. Now we did do something similar with these in a Christmas theme, and now we've got them in kind of like your everyday generic sentiments that you can use. Now the lovely thing with these is the sentiments are built into the frames, but the sentiments are separate, so you can pull some of them out. So like the square you can see there, you could just have the sentiment going down the sides, or you could just have the sentiment on the top and the bottom, or you could just have the sentiment just across the top. Same with the oval, you could just have the sentiment there and have the rest of it solid cardstock. So the sentiments are built in, so the negative is where the sentiment comes in. So you also have the die cut as well from them. I'm going to spin them around just so you can see, because these are, look how much you've got in there. They are so big, great for your card bases as well, and then you've got that sentiment built in to the base, but you can see how much metal you are getting. Now in this bundle, these work out at, was it $27.99? $27.99 each. But in the bundle you can see there you're getting them for $69.99, which is the show price, which is that going to go back up tonight? We believe so. Midnight tonight that will go back up. So you have got today to take advantage of that show price. It's item number 251001. You can type in Occasional Sentiment Frames, or you can scan the QR code there on the bottom. We are almost at 25% of the stock of this has gone already though, so it has been super popular, and obviously you are in your free P&P bracket as well. So if you need to add in any pro print paper, cut tidy, glue, pin flare, absolutely anything, have a look on the website and take advantage of your free P&P. Now I did say the sentiments in the frames, so if I just show you that, you can see the sentiments are built into the die. So the bit that you would essentially throw away is the sentiment. So your negative is actually the sentiment. So you can keep them and use those again. So you kind of get in a 2-for-1 when you do the cut for that. And that is what that is. So that is where the with love has come from. So that's come from the rectangle. So you can see there, so your negative, your waste, is what has made that sentiment. So you can see where that comes from. But obviously you've got the option of popping them in. So even like with your oval, so you can see you can just add the sentiment on one part of the card if you want to. Equally, you could pop it going all along to give you that lovely frame design. But you can mix and match these up. So you can see there, that's just going down one side of the card, or use it and complete the frame and have the sentiment going completely around your card. Now I love these because you've probably heard me say it before, but the sentiment's always the last thing that I think about on a card. So for me, making a card like this means that your sentiment is the first thing you're putting onto your card. So your sentiment's done. You don't need to think about it. All you have to do then is just build that card up, and your sentiment is already there for you. So you can see mixing them up. There's so many different ways that you can pop these together. Like we've got that one there, and this one is so the rectangle frame, and the Enjoy Your Day is actually from the squares. So the sentiment in the rectangles and the squares you could mix up. So if you wanted to put one of the other ones in the other shape, you could do that. So you can see there the sentiment Enjoy Your Day is from the squares, but you've got the rectangle frame, so you could mix those up as well. And then I've got one more, again using essentially your waste from cutting these out. You can use them as well. So you could, even if you're making your card bases with these, you could just get a little box or a little pot and then pop all of the sentiments that you've cut out when you've made the card bases into that, and then you're just going to have like a little pot or a little bag full of sentiments ready to use then for your cards. Right, now I'm going to grab the boards. You can see exactly what each one looks like. So you've got Enjoy Your Day. So you can see that you've got your squares. I love that they give them in different sizes as well, because you've got, obviously this could be your card base. You've got another card base there, but these ones, you could use these in the center of your cards as well. So even if you wanted to make an 8x8 card, this would mat onto an 8x8 card, lovely, and you'd have that nice border going around the edge. So they're perfect. Enjoy Your Day as well. It's such a lovely generic sentiment. That could be for a birthday, it could be for a wedding, it could be for absolutely any occasion at all. You know, Enjoy Your Day is such a lovely one to use for lots of different occasions. Then you've got With Love. So you can see the rectangle and the square, how you could mix some of those up, because obviously you've got that straight line, so the sentiments you could cross over into each other. So you've got With Love on this one, again such a lovely generic design that you could use for other occasions, so many different occasions. This one, you can see, look how the sentiment is built into that top layer, which is something different as well, to have the sentiment built in to your mats and layers. Really lovely. You've got your larger one there on the outside, and they're really, really easy. I will show you in a minute how you cut them out, but they're so easy. There's no like, you know, cutting and then you've got to try and tape your dies down and getting them straight. They're really, really easy to use. And then you've got the oval, which I think is probably my favorite one. And then on this one you've got Thinking of You, which again can be so generic for lots of different occasions. I think an oval as well is just, it's an unusual shape, isn't it, straight away, even though I know we do lots with ovals, but generally, you know, we make like square cards, don't we, or rectangle cards. So like an oval, I think, is such a lovely one. And obviously with this as well, you've got the choice of which way round you want to put it. I think that's nice, even like that, just matted and layered up with Just Thinking of You. It's absolutely lovely. Really nice size on this as well. If you do want the sizes to any of the dies that we're showing you, if you click on the description of the dies, it'll give you the exact measurement on there if anybody's sat home thinking, you know, I want to know how big it is. But if I put my Everyday Glue on the bottom, so if I put that there, you know, you can see it's a really nice size die that you're getting, and that's with the 3 of them as well. Right, let's get some cutting. Right, so I'm going to grab the plates to start off with, because I want to show you just how easy it is to actually pop these together. Now I'm just going to grab a bit of cardstock. I'm going to use the Vibrance of Autumn colour, because I am using something that we have coming up a bit later. I'll show you that in a minute. Right, so I'm going to go in, surprise, surprise, with the oval. Now this one is the second size in. Okay, I'm just going to grab the biggest one just to put it next to it so you can see for reference of size. You can see, look, that covers, that's your A4 magnetic sheet. So you can, you know, it's just for you to get an idea of the size on them. So you can see it's a really, really nice size die for you to use for your bases if that's what you're going to do. Right, so when you pop the die out, this is what it's going to look like, and you've got those tabs there holding those two together, so you've got that lovely frame straight away. Now what you can do with that now is cut out your base. Okay, so whatever the colour is going to be at the back, I know this is a different size, but bear with. So that's going to give you that lovely oval shape straight away, okay? But then you're going to have something on top. So whatever's going to sit on top is going to be the colour of the writing, because you're going to see through it, okay? So if we pop that there, and then what you have then is these sentiments. Now these come to you like this in the different sizes, okay? And obviously with the rectangle and the square in different shapes as well. So now you have got the option of how you want to pop these together. So we can pop one there, and then you're just going to have the sentiment there, and then you're going to have that solid band on the other side with your sentiment built in. You can have it then with the two on each side, and then that's going to give you that lovely frame with the sentiment in. So whatever colour you cut out with the sentiment on is going to go on top. The colour underneath is going to be the colour of the writing. Okay, so it's kind of like a backwards way of how we do it. Should we do it with the two, or should we do it with one? Oh, Bunny wants to do one. Right, let's pop that off. Right, let's grab some cardstock, and then we'll pop that through. Now you can see I'm using a magnetic sheet. Okay, if ever you were doing, well, for me, if ever I'm doing something like this, I find it so much easier to use a magnetic sheet. You don't have to try taping two dies down. When you pop it on the mat, obviously you can see exactly where it is on the mat, so you don't have to worry about trying to line anything up. You can just pop it on the mat, and you know then that that's going to hold in place. So I find it a million times easier to do it with the magnetic sheet. Okay, we do have magnetic sheets. I did have a pack, but here, I wonder if it's still there. Hang on. Is it still here? Oh, it's not. I've got Cut Tidy and Hammered Card. But the magnetic sheets, they are on the website. They do come in different sizes as well. You get a small, medium, large, or extra large. I think it's the large, isn't it? Not the extra large. A large is $12.99 for 5 sheets, and they are so useful because they fit in the plastic wallet that you get with the dies. So when you get your die home, take the die off and then stick the card with the die image onto the magnetic sheet, and then put the dies on the back, and then you can pop it back into your plastic wallet then. So you're doing your storage all lovely. Right, so I've cut that out. So you've got that oval, obviously from the centre. That's going to be, you know, I always keep things, I guess, if I've cut them out. Keep that in your little box or your tray or whatever, because you will use it. And then if I just pop these out now, if I pop this out tidy, I can show you. What that will look like as that. Right, so we've cut that out. So you've got the sentiment there, so you can see, look, thinking of you. You've got that lovely floral pattern there as well. And then you've got that solid band on the other side. So you could pop that on your card now. Build, maybe put your flowers or one of your characters or things there, and you've got your card with that sentiment built into your layer. Now the other thing you can do obviously is you could have that going all the way around. You could pop this onto something, like if I show you this one, so you can see, look, you've got the writing going across the top that I've just kept in. So you can't make it out that well because it's still in the cardstock. So instead of popping those pieces out, so can you see how they've just been left in? But then what you could do from that is the negative. So this is your waist, is cut those out again. Obviously this is a different sentiment, but you could pop that then on top to make it a more of a 3D effect. So you've still used the frame and the sentiment, and then you could do something like that as well. But your waste from cutting out that frame, having that sentiment, is you're going to have that sentiment again. So like if I pop that out, thinking of you. So that's your waste. That's the bit that would, well, that you'd normally throw in the bin, but obviously keep these and you can use these again and again then. So when you use these, you will accumulate a little collection of sentiments that you will 100% keep and then reuse again. So let's just pop them there. And then let's, right, so we are using that oval, like I said, but I'm going to start off with the larger oval. So I've got the larger one, so just so you can see the size difference there in the big one. It's a really nice size for your bases, and we're going to pop that on there like that. So I've got Blush Natural and some craft card, and we're going to pop this on top of the other one. So I'm just going to go over this with a bit of glue. Oh, we've had a few messages, Bonnie's telling me. Oh, Janine has messaged in from ODT. Morning, Janine, I hope you're well. Oh, Suzanne has messaged in as well, saying good morning to me and all the Carnation. Good morning, Suzanne. Oh, Pam from the DT has messaged in as well. And she says, good morning, Laura and Bunny. She loves these frames and has ordered. Oh, thank you everybody for your messages. I hope you are having a... I keep having to remind myself what day it is. Today. I feel like it's a Monday. I don't know why. Oh, Bunny's agreeing with me, so it's not just me. It just feels like a Monday. And it was really dark today as well. Do you know the mornings are getting darker now? It was really, really dark this morning. It was really dark. I think it was only like when I was about an hour away from here, it started to get light, and it just feels like forever until it starts getting light. Yeah, it's not the nicest, is it, when it's all dark when you get up, but still we enjoy, don't we? Right, so we've done that. We've done the top bit on top, and now I'm going to do the exact same thing with the frame, so with the front. Okay, now you can see, look, I've got a sheet of acetate in the center of there, and I've already glued that on there just to save a bit of time. And I'm going to glue another piece on the back just to cover the glue mark so you don't see anything. Okay, so if ever you do anything like this with a die cut shape, just cut out two, so you have one on the front, one on the back, and then any of your tape marks or anything from acetate, you will cover them then, because I think sometimes that can be the thing that kind of puts people off using acetate the most, is like trying to cover it, or how do you make it look neat. Or these are really easy to use because obviously they are a frame, so just cut two of them out, one on the front, one on the back, and then all of your kind of workings then are covered. We do have acetate as well on the website, so if you are having a look on there and making the most of that free P&P, do have a look on there for your acetate as well. My red liner tape does not want to come off there. Right, let me pop that in the bin because that will stick to me. Right, and then we're going to pop on the same cardstock. So this is that Blush Natural, and that's just going to go on there. So now that's covered, so you wouldn't know where that goes, okay? And then we've got the Thinking of You, which is going to sit on there. So I've got my front and the back of my card then matching up. Just pop some of our everyday glue on there, and Bunny did tell me what day it was before we started, so I have got the right day glue. I just make sure that I've got every day now with me so that I know I'll definitely have the right day. Yeah, I just need Bunny to tell me what day it is before we start the show. Right, so I'm just gonna quickly go over this, and then we'll glue this on. So I'm going to have that craft card on the top, and then the sentiment is going to come through in that lovely Blush Natural colour. So that will just sit on there. Lovely, and you can see you don't have to worry about lining it up, it just sits in place straight away. So this now is going to be the front of my card. So I'm going to glue these two together before we carry on, because then that'll have time to set. So we'll just glue across the top, and then that is just going to sit on there like that. So that will just open up, and that will stand up like that. Okay, so I'm going to leave that there like that, so that sets. I've got glue on my acetate. Oh, that's going to annoy me, but so. Right, let's carry on. Now I've also got the same thing to go on the inside. So this is going to kind of sit as if it's just popped in the middle. And we're going to do the exact same thing with this. But I've done this in the, obviously the backwards colour. So instead of doing this with the craft card on top, I've used the same colourways, but I've done it the opposite way round. And this is one of the things I love about these frames. Even doing something as simple as this, where you just flip the matte and layer colourway that you're doing, like that and that one now look completely different. I know it's a smaller size, but you can, they're so versatile for so many different occasions. You can use them in with everything, all the different colourways, different collections as well. And if you like making, you know, clean and simple looking cards, you could easily just make your card bases with these. Pop maybe a little flower, a character on these, and your card could be done as easy as that. Your sentiment's built in, so no need to worry about that either. I think especially if you make and sell, sentiments, I find it can always be the hardest thing. And if you do make and sell, actually, doing cards like this with more of a generic sentiment, like, you know, sometimes, you know, I've done it before where I've gone to like a craft fair or something and somebody wants something so specific, or you'll see somebody and they'll look at a card and they'll say, I really like that card, and it might have like happy birthday on, and they'll say to you, I really like that card, but I don't want it to say happy birthday, I want it to say something else. You know, these, you could use these as your bases and obviously sell them. And I think because it's such a nice generic sentiment, you know, somebody would pick these up and be like, oh, actually, I can use that for my friend's birthday, or I could use this for, you know, this occasion. So it kind of takes that element away from it. Right, now I've popped that little oval in the centre. And remember how we did 2 layers on the acetate at the front? So we're going to do exactly the same again. Okay, so I've popped that out. And then this is going to go in there. And sit there like that. And then you can't see the acetate then on the back. Okay, so I've done my card, and now I'm going to go in and start decorating. Now for this, I am using some elements from Bohemian Beauty, which is what we are going to be using at 2 o'clock. Oh, my pin flare's blocked. We're going to be using these at 2 o'clock. Now this is a brand new colourway. Autumn Elegance is the name of the colourway. So it's a brand new colourway for the collection. So we are going to be looking at this at 2 o'clock, but for these shows, I'm going to just mix some pieces in to decorate the frame. So we're going to start bringing in some of these pieces now. So let's add some in here. And I'm just going to build up a nice little display around there. And I'm going to cut some of these stems off just to make these a bit smaller. And obviously it doesn't matter if you don't, but when you were gluing these, then try and glue on the frame. By the time you've added in a couple of different layers and things, you won't see it from the back. And if you were doing something like this, you know, the brilliant thing with this is you're going to have even if you look at it from the back of the card, if you've done it in the mirrored vignette, it's still going to look pretty on the back as well. So you can just keep building this up. I think the sentiments as well, you could use them for so many different occasions. You can mix these in with. You could get some, or you could just get like the frames and just get some of the like quirky characters in there. I just have the quirky characters on the front in the frame. That would look cute. Right, I'm going to put that on there, and then I'm just going to build in a couple of different layers. I'm just building around this frame now, but think of any like florals you've got, any of those characters like I just said. You know, these frames, that's one of the lovely things about getting such a usable set like these frames. These will work with absolutely anything at all. Oh my gosh. So Bunny's just said you could even make Halloween cards and cut them out in black card and have it like bright orange. Well, Bunny, she's getting in the spirit. She says not for Christmas but Halloween. Yeah, but Halloween's first, isn't it? So I get that. So does this mean you put your Halloween decorations up, Bunny? Oh, she hasn't yet, but she will do soon. I need to do mine. She said she is going to do it soon, but not yet, because if she got a pumpkin now, it would go a bit soggy before Halloween. Do you know what though? I'm surprised how early the shops actually sell pumpkins. But I suppose like some people, they do get pumpkins this time to make like pumpkin soup and stuff, don't they? Oh, have you? Oh, Bunny just says she's seen a few pumpkins outside people's doors. Oh, I haven't. You think, oh, I'd wait. I wouldn't buy pumpkins yet for... Oh, no, I can't. I've seen people going pumpkin picking, but I feel like it's... Oh, I feel like it's too early, because I think if I got a pumpkin now, it'd be in the compost thing before it be Halloween. So, right, let's pop here, right there. And then you've got, let's just fold that. So, but that could be now, that could be, like we said, that could be pumpkins, it could be sunflowers you could be bringing in. It could be, you know, thinking of you, it could be a sympathy card, Thanksgiving. So it could be for so many different occasions you could use that for. Obviously, I have used things there from the Bohemian Beauty, but that could be absolutely anything. You could also have done it that way as well. So you could have the card going up like that, and then you could have just built them down the side. So you've got so many more possibilities with these, and like I said, your sentiment's built in, so you don't have to worry about trying to, where do I add my sentiment into it? It's built in for you. Right, so just to give you a reminder, the bundle set, so this is the collection, so you will get the 3 frames in this collection. You don't need to pick which one you want to get. You will get the 3 of them, which gives you a lovely saving, because that show price is $69.99, whereas the full price is $83.97. So you're getting a lovely saving there with the collection. It's item number 251001. And we are at 25% of the stock of this has gone. So you have, if you do want to get that saving, the price is going to go back up at midnight tonight. So do come in if you want to grab that. And yeah, so Bunny just said we're 25% and we're only halfway through the show. And we have got another show with this at 12. And then 2 o'clock we are going to be looking at the Bohemian Beauty collection. So jump in if you want to grab that. Right, so this one we are going to use the square. So this one you can see now I've cut them out without the sentiments in there. So just run these through, and then that's going to give you a lovely square, which I think gives you a lovely frame as well. Do you know, just generally for your card making, gives you that lovely frame that you can use. And then I'm just going to pop these in here. I'm going to pop that one there. And that one there. So these are from the Bohemian Beauty, and then I'm just going to pop a little bit of glue on top of the bit that I've just popped in without gluing my finger, and then I'm going to pop the frame on top. So that is going to go on there like that, and that covers all that glue then. So that's just going to go there, and that gives me kind of that, it's almost like a net design in the middle. So pop that there, and then these bits that are sticking out, I'm just going to go here so I don't make a mess. I'm going to just snip them off. So just hold your card and just follow that line of the frame, and then do the same on the other side. So just cut them away, and then that will leave us with that. So we've got that, and then I'm going to come in with the top layer there. So this is the one that I've added the sentiment on, so you can see how that comes. I love it with the dark colour underneath. This sentiment really pops, having that darker colour with the light cardstock on top. So different colourways, this is going to look completely different. Do you know what as well? These would be great, because I always find men cards hard to make, because like if I was making a card, say for a friend of mine, you know I could go in with flowers, or you know, it's like my friend's birthday is next week and she absolutely loves Halloween. She loves pumpkins, you know, sunflowers and anything autumn. So I know I can make a card for her and just fill it with like pumpkins and flowers, and you can go in and like add so much to her card. But then equally, like men's cards, I don't feel like we can do that. It's like we go more of the clean and simple route with men's cards. And these sentiments would be so good, because it gives you such an unusual card shape to start off with, you know, having that aperture in the center, and then the sentiment is built in as well. So like if I did that back one in maybe like silver mirror card, and did the top in black, that would be perfect for a man's card. Or even like the craft card one, you know, if I did it in craft card with a different colour, would be perfect. So really great for male cards. No, that's true. Bunny just said it's a nice generic font as well. It's not too girly, it's just a lovely font, which is true as well. I didn't think of that. It is a nice font. Right, so I've done, that is obviously going to be the front of our card. So I'm going to do the exact same thing now for the back. So I've got that perfect paper there, and then I'm going over with this cream in the perfect paper. Oh, I've got way too much glue there. But let us know what you think about the frames. Are you going to use them? Are you using them for makes that you're going to sell, like a craft fair, or are you just, do you want them just because you know you'll use them with so many other collections, or what? Let us know what you think. Or actually even let us know if you've got your Halloween decorations up. I wish we could get pictures. Or you could put pictures in the group though for us to look at, couldn't you? If you've got your Halloween decorations up, me and Bunny want pictures. We want inspiration pics before we do ours. Right, so I've got that there. And then I'm going to turn that because I've got way too much glue on that side and it's coming out of all the letters. So if I pop glue on top of there, and then we'll pop that there like that. So I've got my card base. So if I fold that out, where's the score line? There, so you can see that will stand up like that, and you've got your base now. Do you know what that makes me think of? I don't know, I might be completely wrong with this, but my other half loves fishing, and I've just looked at that and thought, do you know what, I could make that into a fishing card for him. I think it's because of the net. Well, I know it's not a net, but like that, I don't know if it's because it makes me think of a net. I just went, oh, that looks like a fishing. If I did that in like khaki colours and black, that could be a fishing net. So, oh, Bunny agrees with me, so it must do, because she agrees with me. Right, let's add in some elements now and decorate the front of these. So I'm just going to cut this stem down a bit, and I'm going to pop this across the top there. So let's just pop a little bit of glue there. Oh, Bunny's just told me we've had a few comments now. Oh, Fiona's messaged in saying good morning to me and Bunny. Morning, Fiona, and saying it's a gorgeous die set, and she's ordered 2. Oh, she's ordered 2. I thought you meant she'd ordered 2 sets. I was like, oh, is this a Christmas gift for somebody? Who is she ordering 2 for? Oh, Amanda has messaged in as well saying good morning. Morning, Amanda, and saying she absolutely loves these frames. Oh, and we've had a message of Kate as well saying good morning to me and Bunny. Morning, Kate, and saying that she loves these frames and she's just ordered. Oh, well, I'm glad to hear that you're all loving these frames as much as I am. And with any luck, they will be with you tomorrow. They normally are, which is rather exciting because I always say it, but I think waiting for deliveries is probably the worst thing ever. You want to... Oh, Bunny's... So I just said, I think waiting for deliveries is the worst thing ever. But Bunny just said, oh, but what about the excitement of waiting for them to be... No. No, Bunny's like, what about the excitement of waiting for it to be delivered? No, I just want to be like, yep, press checkout, and then like your order is secure, and then oh no, I'm not fussy. It doesn't have to be like instant, but like, you know, within the next half an hour you get a knock on the door and it's like, oh, your order's here. I think especially with craft things as well though, because like when you're watching, like, I obviously don't know, but for me, if I'm sat at home and I'm watching something and I think, oh, do you know what? I really like the look of that. You just want to get your hands on it and just start cutting and having a go. So yeah, I'm not fussy. It doesn't have to be straight away, Bunny. Just, you know, yeah, within the hour, you know, not to be too fussy. Maybe one day that's what it'll be like. Because I mean, you can order stuff like the same day now, can't you? So maybe, who knows? But look at that frame. Do you know what? The frames just give you such an interesting looking base straight away that you don't even need to go in and add lots of elements to your card because it just looks so pretty. Just like that. Your sentiment's built in as well, so you don't need to worry about the sentiment. Obviously the choice is up to you of how many of the sentiments you want on there. If you want any of the sentiments on there at all, like you could just use one side of the sentiment if you want and have one side blank. Equally, you could have the whole thing blank and use it to build up your base, or use it as an aperture in the center of your card, of a bigger size card, or use it like that one. So can you see the letters? It's almost like when you paper piece, so you pop the letters back in. So like there now you can see the back in. So you could pop the sentiment now on top of there and have the sentiment as like a 3D effect, because the sentiment would stick out from there. So you've got so many different options with these frames. I'm going to pop this down just so the pin flare doesn't droop everywhere. And do you want to do them over there? Or here, where I am? Let me grab these so we can just go through some of the sentiments, samples. So you can see like this one now has been used. So when we cut that oval out, we showed you the waste that you would get. So that's just the bit that, you know, normally when we die cut, just the bits that fall out, is the bits that end up in the bin. You know, you're going to keep those and use them just like this. So that's essentially the waste from your sentiment. But I just know I haven't seen this yet. No, so Bunny's just said this has got the new hammered cardstock on, which I was just saying I haven't even seen yet. So Bunny will get me the details. But this is the new hammered cardstock, which is available on the website if you want to have a look at that. Oh, this is it as well. Can you see? It's almost like I don't feel like it feels like hammered cardstock. Do you know what it feels like? It almost feels like watercolor cardstock. Yeah, it like hammered. I don't know. It's almost like, to me, a different effect. It looks like. Oh, you can see it there. Look, it looks like watercolor cardstock, and it's thick as well. Do you know, like the expensive, the really nice watercolor cardstock you get? Because obviously the watercolor cardstock is thick. That's what it feels like and looks like to me. Really nice thickness. But if you do want that, it is available on the website. Oh, Bunny's bringing me some in. Is this some that I can keep, Bunny? Oh, she's already on her way. Just so you know, when you left the room, I told you that I'm keeping this. Oh, she spoke. She was just like nodding to me. I was, but you didn't do it. And then you did. And I hope everybody heard you. And they're probably sitting at home thinking, what is she going on about? Because they heard nothing. Right. So, oh, you get it in 2 different colours. No, wait. Oh, right. But it's the same card. Right, okay, so before I show you that, you've got 2 different options. Do you know how much they are? Right, so you can get 2 different packs of this, okay? So if you want to give it a go, if you want to try it, see if you like it, there's a smaller pack with 20 in. It's 280 GSM, A4. You get 20 sheets in there, which is $9.99. Or if you know, like me, that you're going to absolutely love it, you've got 50 sheets in here for $14.99. So you can get that for $9.99 or that one for $14.99. Get this one for $14.99. It makes more sense. You've got 50 sheets in there for $14.99 for literally an extra what is it, $4.99? Yeah, just over $4.99. You're going to get an extra 30 sheets of cardstock. So go for that one. Honestly, you will absolutely love it. I'm going to pick this up. So I think you're better there, yeah? See, look at that. You can really see it there. Honestly, like textured hammered cardstock to me is almost like, it's almost got like a slight pattern in it from hammered cardstock that I've had in packs in the past. This to me feels like a really expensive watercolor cardstock. It's got those lovely valleys and hills going throughout it, that you can feel the quality of it. That's what it feels like to me. It looks so lovely. It is smooth on the back as well. You are going to absolutely love it. It's matte as well, so you could even do your like heat embossing or your foiling on these as well, and that would work so well. But absolutely lovely. That's going to be lovely, especially if you like more of your clean and simple style cards. For your matte and layer, to add in texture, Christmas would be really nice as well. Oh, it does. I was just going to say, can you imagine cutting out like little hills in there? Look like snow. So yeah, just to add in that texture into your cards, that is going to be absolutely perfect. You can really see, look, and you can see it on the camera, the texture in there. So that shows you the quality of the cardstock. I'm just going to pop that in my bag. Right, how long, let's carry, I've only showed you one sample. All right, let's carry on going. So you've got another frame here. And actually, Janine was watching, wasn't she? So Janine, what have you used? Because Janine's used the square and then has used the waist. Do you? I didn't in mine. Wait, I'm going to find it. Which one is it? Yes, you do. Right, so in the square one, the smaller one, so can you see here, that is separate. Look, that flower and that flower, those two are single. So if you want to just use the flowers like that, so obviously you'd have to pop 2 on and then run it through, pop another 2 on and run it through to add as many as you want. Yeah, that looks really pretty. So you can use that and that one, and then you can do that. Well, let me put this back, otherwise Bunny will shout at me if I don't put it back. Right, let's whiz through some more of these. And then we've got this one here. So you've got enjoy your day just down the one side of the card. It looks really nice, doesn't it, with mirror card like that built up, really pretty. And then that I think is really lovely though, having it. So I know I've spoken about card bases and how different they are as a base, but like that, having it as a matte and layer onto your card looks so pretty. And think of all of these collections, like Janine has done these cards, and you can see she's used a mix of different collections to actually decorate her cards with. I think these are ones that stay either on your desk or they stay in the top drawer of your desk, because they're ones that you're going to dip into time and time again and use all year round. You know, I think you could even use them for Christmas as well. Like with love, you could use that for Christmas. Enjoy, you know, thinking of you. You can just absolutely use these all year round, and they are just so usable. There is not a collection, like we've said, like I've just said Christmas, Bunny was saying about Halloween, you know, you could use them for birthdays, weddings. There is not an occasion that you would not be able to use these for. Right, we've got about 10 minutes. I'm going to see if I can get this done. Right, so this one, we are using the rectangle then, because I've done one of each. So we're using the rectangle for this one. So we've got the base or the start where I've kept the sentiments out of the frame, and then I'm going to go in with the rectangle again, but this time with the sentiments obviously popped in to give me the sentiments around the rectangle. Oh, Bunny's just told me we are now at 30% of these have now gone. I'm just glad everybody at home is, well, I say enjoying, loves the look of these as much as I do, because they are just so usable. Oh, me and Bunny just said it exactly at the same time. Right, let's pop that on there. And then let's pop this on there like that. So you've got the perfect papers, and then you've got that craft card coming through the sentiments. But equally, you could have done this in so many different colours. You know, think of your packs, maybe your packs of perfect papers, or, you know, I think we all, I don't want to say collect cardstock, but we do acquire a lot of cardstock as crafters. You know, all of those colourways that you've thought, you know, oh, I don't know what to do with them, or cardstock, you know, these are just going to be perfect to use up. Yeah, offcuts as well, you could use with the, oh, do you know the offcuts? You could use the smaller ones in the set, so the smallest shape in each one. You could use those as tags. Do you know, like gift tags and things? You could use them for that. Photo frames. Oh, she's on a roll today. Right, let's pop this in here. So this is going to go along the bottom. I'm just going to pop some glue on my hand. And then let's pop some glue on there. So this is going to go there like that. And then I'm going to do the same on the other side. Let's cut that bit off. And again, if you missed the other demos, these are from the Bohemian Beauty collection, which we do have coming up on the 2 o'clock show. So if you haven't seen any of these bits before and you're wondering where they've come from, that is where they've come from. And Bunny's just told me that it is, so we're bringing it in because it's in Carnation are giving you a brand new colourway to work with, which is more of a autumn colourway, but it is also on a very lovely show price for you as well. So maybe you've already got the collection and you're going to watch just for some more inspiration, or if you didn't see it when it launched or you haven't seen it before, it is definitely going to be one not to miss. And I actually really like this new colourway, which I was surprised at because I really like the original colourway. They are very different, and I think it changes the whole look of the collection completely for me. But really lovely. Right, so I'm going to add in some of these leaves. I'm just going to build these up around those flowers, and I'm going to cut the stems off because I just want to make sure I'm trying to glue these as low down as I can. Let's pop that on in there. But for me, these frames, they instantly take your card up a level without trying, because they just look absolutely amazing. The sentiment's there as well, so you don't need to worry about trying to work your sentiment in. Obviously that sentiment is built in there for you. And then if I open that up, I'll glue on my finger. So you've got with love. So we did the with love, we did enjoy your day, and we did thinking of you. Don't think the glue on that is fully set, but oh, where's the other one? There. There you go. So you can see the three of them. They all look so different as well, don't they? And all has changed. Bearing in mind, I've used the same collection for each one. The only thing that's different is I've changed the colourways that I've done the matineers on the frames. That's the only difference, but they look so different, don't they? Really lovely. You're going to have so much fun playing around with these. Oh, let me grab the boards. I thought you were going to say a recap of the collection. Right, let's go through these quickly so you know exactly what we've got. So you're going to have the squares to start off with. So you can see, again, such a lovely size. The one that I did was the largest one from the set. You can see, look, if I pop that there, it's a lovely size to start your card off with. Like I've said, if you do want to know the exact measurements of any of the frames, they are on the website for you. But obviously, if you are going for the bundle as well, you don't need to worry about each one because you are going to get the 3 on that amazing show price saving as well. The rectangles you've got With Love. Don't be afraid either to mix and match the sentiments from With Love and Enjoy Your Day, because they are a straight line. So those two, you'll be able to mix and match up as well. They look absolutely lovely. Such nice to have such generic sentiments as well that you could use all year round for different occasions too. And then you've got Thinking of You, again, such a lovely size oval to have in there as well. If I pop that there, so you can see it's such a lovely size die with the frame. And don't forget as well, with all of them, you are going to keep the what would have been your waste of your cutting, you are absolutely going to keep, and then you're going to have a little pile of sentiments, look, that you could use again and again then. So every time you cut one of these out, you're almost getting like a 2-for-1, because you're going to get the sentiment that you can use, but then you're also going to get the sentiment in the frame as well that you're going to use. So you're going to get the 2 of them from one pass of the machine, which is amazing. And obviously that's the same with each frame, but an amazing show price for you that you're going to get on the frames. So like I said, it is the 3 that you will be getting in that collection. Item number 251001. You can type in Occasional Sentiment Frames, or you can scan the QR code on the bottom. And like I said, you are in that free P&P mark as well, so take advantage of the hammered cardstock. Have a look if you need any glue, anything at all, pop it into your basket while you're on that free P&P. Me and Bunny will be back at 12, so hopefully we will see you then. Bye.